Board Member McGuire.
Yes, thank you so much for the presentation. I'm always in awe of all of the work that your office takes on. I think you're the only one, if unless I'm missing somebody, but I think you're the only one that actually represents and works with everyone, every other division and regional board at the water boards, which is no small feat. So thank you for that. And I just want to reflect on a couple of the items that you brought up. And the first is on the kind of the goals for 2025. And I noticed you in water rights, you flagged the water rights enforcement policy, and I appreciate that. And I think one of the challenges that we have, and I think we hear this every time we have a hydrologic conditions update, is just about the challenges of getting, as Board Member Firestone mentioned and others, the challenges of getting just reporting to come in a consistent and comprehensive fashion. That's hard. Well, the next step is actually compliance with the water rights themselves. And I think what we've learned through the drought, through the time that I've been on the board, is that it's incredibly difficult to do. And we have over 30,000 water rights in California, and I don't think we have 30,000 staff to pay attention to all of that. So it's really important to have guidance and information out there to set a level understanding of what the expectations are and why, when enforcement actions happen, why they happen and what they mean and what those steps are. I know the water rights enforcement policy process has been kind of in the development for a number of years, and I just want to plus up putting that on the calendar. We have a lot going on in water rights right now. I don't think that's any secret, but I think this is just an important tool just for education, for consistency and fairness to all the water right holders that are out there. I think that can go a long way. So thank you for that. And I look forward to more information on that as you move forward. The other area I wanted to highlight is on the sanitary sewer prioritization work. I sit in the sanitary engineer seat on the board, actually. So this is an area of very, very high interest to me. And we adopted and updated the sanitary sewer general order a couple of years ago. And again, a lot of what we do, so I appreciate the prioritization and focus on environmental justice, overburdened communities. I think that's good. And I think we're learning some from that. And it actually has piqued my curiosity in terms of what else are we learning? I think us board members always have a tendency to ask for more information and more data and so on. And I guess this is no exception. And maybe this is less of an Office of Enforcement ask as to a Division of Water Quality ask in terms of the sanitary sewer order and how that's going, because it does bring to mind where are the gaps in enrollments. Are we seeing a lot? Because you mentioned a couple that haven't enrolled. Are we having challenges with that? And then how is implementation going? And it does bring to mind the wastewater needs assessment and those steps and how all of this funnels together. So I appreciate you bringing this up and flagging those areas. I'm very curious to know what the results of that information show and how we're doing on sanitary sewer overflows. Are we doing better? Are we doing worse? What are we learning? And part of this, both the enforcement actions that you take, informal and formal, as well as the information that we have, all goes to the greater education and awareness of our programs and our permits and the training that's needed and identifying challenges statewide. So I think it's all goes to the greater good, and it's very important to have that information available. So thank you for the reporting. I agree, come back again, I look forward to seeing updates in the future, and thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'll just respond quickly and tag it as something to come back on. Yeah, I hear former board member Tam Doduk's voice every time I talk about the water rights enforcement policy. I hear her telling me, "You're still working on that?" But on the sanitary sewer waste discharge requirements, our office is working and coordinating with DWQ and identifying folks who haven't refiled under the new permit and working towards getting them into compliance, or determining whether or not they're still subject to it or if they're now not subject to it. We're working through some data issues and hopefully be able to give you some updates on that.